Joining us now is Michael Strain, Director of Economic Policy Studies and the Arthur F. Burns Scholar in Political Economy at the Enterprise Institute. Michael, thank you for being here. So much discussion surrounding these tariffs the Trump administration has rolled out. The White House says the decline of manufacturing in the U.S. has hurt the country and that these tariffs will bring that industry roaring back to life. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think the president's diagnosis is wrong. Manufacturing output in the United States is near an all-time high. It is true that manufacturing employment as a share of total employment is down, but that has been declining for the last 7 decades. And the reason is because of advances in productive technology. And so I think the president's just fundamentally confused about a number of these issues. In addition, the policy that he put in place, these tariffs, it's not going to bring back manufacturing employment. It's going to hurt U.S. manufacturers, not help them. And so even if you agree with the president's diagnosis, this policy is going to make the situation worse, not better.
You know, when looking at President Trump's auto tariffs, the president of the United Auto Workers Union, Shawn Fain, says he is in favor of these measures. He also says that his organization has begged Democrats and politicians for years to get these auto companies in line. What do you make of that support?
Well, I think a lot of things go into the decision of a union leader to support policies of a particular administration. Look at the car companies, look at their stock prices, look at whether or not they're adding workers or laying off workers, look at the costs of production that they face. That'll tell you a lot more than what a labor union leader says.
Now, meanwhile, the United Steelworkers Union says tariffs can be effective tools of reining in some bad actors exploiting the U.S. market. But it also adds that it's got to be paired with wider trade reform. So what kind of reform could that look like?
I mean, I think when you're talking about steel, it's important. It's important to note that there will be some winners from President Trump's policies. But for every one job in America producing steel, there are 80 manufacturing jobs in America that use steel. And so the company that employs that steel producer might be made better off. 80 other workers who work for other manufacturing firms are going to be made worse off. And that's, I think, the kind of context needed when looking at any specific industry or specific company.
Okay, now quickly, we've got less than a minute left. Automaker Stellantis has temporarily halted production at a plant in Mexico as well as Canada in response to those auto tariffs. The announcement will result in the temporary layoff of about 900 U.S. employees. What say you?
This is what happens when you raise the cost of doing business. This is what happens when you create enormous uncertainty about the future path of those costs that businesses will face. And we're going to see a whole lot more of this until the president reverses course.
All right, Michael Strain, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.